All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Condition Red podcast where preparedness meets culture. It's 2026, guys.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
y'all.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody out there watching and listening. Thank you for tuning in with us in the new year. Real quick, let's go around. As always, I'm Andre, one of your hosts.
I'm Malik.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Courtney.
All right. So you got your usual crew back, but we got something special for you all. We have a guest. We have our first guest.
Let's give it up for the guest, baby.
First guest of the Condition Red podcast. So before we even let you see who it is, I'm gonna give you some background real quick. So Charneta Samms is the founder and CEO of Honeybear Tactical, blending over 2 decades of engineering and executive leadership with firearms instruction, industry consulting, and community development. She spent her career as a senior technology executive for the U.S. Army, all right, leading innovation and capability development for natural defense. That experience now drives her systems-based, data-driven approach to firearms training. A competitive shooter and certified firearms instructor, Charneta focuses on one thing, and that is helping people, especially women, okay, build real confidence through skill, repetition, and accountability, not hype, capability. She serves on the National Advisory Board for A Girl and a Gun, advising on national initiatives, leadership development, and elevating the female consumer voice within the firearms industry. Locally, she runs 2 A Girl and a Gun chapters focused on real skill, development, confidence, and a lot of fun let's just get right to it. Charneta Samms.
Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
So, listen, we're really excited to have you.
Thanks.
All right.
Happy to be here.
I'm personally excited. This is like my surrogate mom. You know, these guys matter too, but like she's like my surrogate mom out here hanging out with us. So look, before we dive into any questions and backgrounds and everything else, me and the guys, we got a gift for you. Okay.
Aw.
All right. That being our first guest. So let's grab this here. This is for you.
Wait,
of
thank
course, it's
you.
red, Condition Red podcast.
Yeah, I got it. Am I supposed to open it now?
You can. You can go look at a few little goodies,
Ooh, pretzels.
When we get all these subscribers up, we'll get better gifts for you. We got you.
I'm happy to get anything. I feel like is there ammo in here? Oh,
There is.
Little critical. Show it to the camera. Show it to the camera.
Yeah, hello.
Little critical duty ammo.
Need
Yeah.
that.
What was that?
And
Some
then
pretzels.
Some pretzels. I'm sorry. Let me.
Yeah.
They're best tight.
And then more ammo. Couple boxes of the blazers.
Go hit the range with it. We support
that's that
training.
range ammo. You gotta have it.
And last but not least, there's also a card.
124. Ooh.
124. Yeah. Shout out to Keith for that. All right.
There's a card.
And then there's a
Alright.
card from us.
All right, should I read it now?
If you want to.
Not everyone can do what you do. Nope, no cash. Oh.
Right.
Anyone can see that what you do makes a wonderful difference. Aw, thank you guys.
Yes.
So sweet.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Very much
That's
welcome.
awesome.
All right. So thank you for being just who you are in my life, and now you're going to be in these guys' life, and they get to share you a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
And being who you are in the community, right? You
Karen.
do a lot of great in the firearms community, especially for the women, which is why we brought you here, right? We all have our different perspectives and women that we know shoot, and I'm an instructor as well, but we can't do what you do, right? So that actually brings us to our first question. And
Actually, yeah. Before we even jump into the questions, we're gonna hit it with our tradition, our red flags of the week. But before we even do that, we want to introduce that you guys can actually submit your own red flags of the week to the hotline. Let us know what made you the hair in the back of your neck stand up, what made your spidey senses tingle. We gave you the willies. Anything that happened, let us know. 410-870-9236. Again, that's 410-870-9236. Call it, leave a message or text it. Just let us know, and we'll discuss it and react on the next pod.
absolutely.
Actually, you want to hit us with your red flag of the week?
So it's crazy. So Andre told me to think about this, and I was struggling to find something because I live in Carroll County, so nothing happens out there. It's good stuff. Good, wholesome people. But on the way here, we were at a light, and this dude walked up with like a blanket wrapped around him and looking all shifty and shady, and we were both like, what are you doing? He could have had like a shotgun or a rifle underneath that the thing. So it definitely made a my hair stand up on the back of my neck, like, whoa, wait a minute. And then remind me when I lived in Baltimore ages ago, how I used to hate going down MLK because there would always constantly be people. And I'm a good-hearted person, so I would always feel bad about not helping people. But then they had that one incident where that man stabbed a woman. I mean, come to find out, it was like the husband was behind it and all that stuff. But that got me thinking, like, how dare some man who might be down on his luck come and endanger me in the middle of the evening when I'm just trying to get home. So from that point on, I was like, I'm sorry you're down on your luck, but I'm not going to risk my life to help you. And so that kind of changed my perspective on that. Because for the longest time, I lived in the white all the time. Nothing bad will ever happen to me. I'm an amazing person. Why would bad things happen to me?
Fair.
But
Yeah.
But you got to change that perspective. Anybody who's out there still thinking that, you got to, because bad things happen to good people all the time.
Facts.
All the time.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
I was don't let that distract you from helping people though, and in whatever ways you can, right? If it doesn't have to be necessarily giving money to the homeless on the street, but if you help people in tons of other ways that would get to.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I think that's the thing is like women are victimized because of what we are, as far as typically the person that's nice and wants to help, and that is to our detriment. Yeah. So it's okay to not risk your own safety to feel like I'm not being a nice person.
Okay.
Like if a man comes up to you and trying to get your phone number and you just tell him no and he's not listening. We as women tend to be like, well, I'm just gonna be nice. No, you've got to be firm. So we've got to stop telling women, oh, well, still be nice, but don't like let people take advantage of you. There's got to be a hard line.
Yeah.
So each woman has to decide for herself, but that's how women are victimized. And that's an important thing for us to understand in self-defense.
I'm so glad we had you on for this episode.
I got a question on that one.
Yes.
I got a question on that one. I know a couple of women who subscribe to the idea that if a man is approaching you and, they're trying to get your number, they take this stance of, well, I'm just going to give you my number, just so that it can appease your ego and I can get out of this situation safely. I hear that from so many women. What do you think about that?
It's an unfortunate reality for some women because there's been so many cases of women who have turned down men and have died for it.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see in that be some woman's approach to being able to get out of there safely, having some kind of number that they can just give out and deal with that. But there's also a lot of things. It's pressure. Like it's just the idea of, I don't want a scene. I don't want to have to deal with the conflict. I'll just give him my number. Yeah. And that's unfortunate too, because there's unsafety in that as well. Like now this man has your number, and just because you didn't say no today, you're eventually going to say no. Yeah. Right. So now it might even belabor the issue. Now he feels led on because you gave him the number. So it's like you got to call it. It's not like one size fits all. It's got to be your comfort level and how you feel in the situation. But I say, stop it as early as possible, and if you don't feel comfortable, then get the hell out of there.
It's almost like a catch-22, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Either you did it in the short run, or you let it linger on, and now he feels led on. Now he feels some type of way, like, hey, I thought you were interested. Yeah. And now his ego is really at a higher level.
Exactly.
So yes, you kind of just had to pick that hard boundary and just kind of just figure out which battles you want to fight.
But like I'm glad to have you on for this conversation, because as we're seeing, there's so much questions that we cannot answer as men, things we don't even think about when it comes to day-to-day situational awareness and self-defense. Yeah. So again, thank you for being here. Dre, you want to jump into the first questions?
Yeah. So for those out there who don't know you, right, how did you get your start? What brought you into the firearm self-defense game? Let's get there.
Right. So working for the Army, I've always had like an interest in firearms. Like it was just something that it was kind of there and it was intriguing, but I never really had anybody who knew a lot about them outside in like my personal life. It wasn't something I grew up with. And then fast forward, I met Lewis and it was something he was into. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And at first it was like a little cute date night thing. Like we would just go to the range. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I kind of like this.
This is fun.
And I was like, I want my own lane. I want my own ammo. I want my own gun. And then it was like, we would do classes together and we would do all these things. And I was like, why am I the only woman at the range? Like, I'm the only woman in the class. Where are all the other ladies? This is fun. Why aren't we doing this together? And so I was like, all right, well, if I want to get more women into firearms, let me become an instructor. So spent a couple of years working on that. And then I was like, let's make it a business. I mean, at first it was just kind of a business to make extra money for guns and ammo. But then it became became a passion for me. And I was like, I really want more women to be able to get into this. For me, it was solely recreational at first. It was just a fun thing to do at the range. It was a great time. Competition shooting was even more fun. It was a great way to exercise my skills and practice. And I just wanted to get more women into it. And then one day, and I can't even remember the specific day, I just sat back and I realized police are reactive. They come after something bad's happened.
Yeah.
They're not going to be there in time to stop it. If they are, it's by the grace of God, right? And I was like, I got to take this serious. I got to be my own first offender. And that's when my mind shifted to more self-defense applications.
Okay. All right. That's solid. And so it went from, I want my own, like you introduced this to me, I want my own, to fun and like.
Not introduced, more like
sorry.
Ignited curiosity.
Ignited
the curiosity that was already there.
We don't want to give him too much credit, right?
No.
Like, yeah. We don't wanna, you know, if you guys don't know, he's listening. Okay. Keith, I think you had a great question for him.
Yes. So with you being in this space of women's empowerment and training and things of that nature, I'm curious, like, what are some of the reasons that your clientele have for jumping into this particular arena?
It's such a wide variety. You'll have ladies who their husbands or significant others have a gun and they just don't want to be uncomfortable with that gun in the house. They want to know what they're doing, want to be comfortable using it. You have women that have been traumatized. Something traumatic has happened to them. They saw the need to now get into self-defense. New moms or young ladies who are, or women who are older and have young ladies. They did it with them together. And then there's people that have just decided, you know, hey, it seems cool. I want to do it. I want to get out there. I want to have fun. Or maybe they grew up with guns all their lives, but they were shooting shotguns and rifles, and now they want to get into handguns. So it's a huge variety of different things. It's not always from a traumatic experience, but a lot of it is just the world's crazy, and I need to protect myself now.
Solid.
That's awesome.
Yes. So, you know, based on your experience and based on what you have accomplished thus far, like, how do you make women feel comfortable around firearms? Like, I know you mentioned their partner may have it in the house and they have never touched it. How do you get them to actually touch a firearm? Because a lot of them have this notion that, it might go off or they don't know how to use it. So how do you get them to be comfortable? Single women that have partners, women that have children.
I think the first thing, and this is one, like, men come and ask me all the time, how do I get my woman into shooting? It's got to be her decision. It's got to be her journey, her thing that kind of decides, I want to do this for myself. Because you can't force it. It's got to be this natural interest or this natural desire to do that. If not, it's just going to turn her off. Okay. So when women finally do make the decision to come to the range or come to one of my events or reach out for a class and they're petrified, like I had this one woman who just the sound of the range, the noise of the range was so traumatic to her. She would bust out in tears.
Yeah.
And so for that, we did private lessons. I took her into our VIP section where it's secluded, less ranges, less noise, and we just worked with her just touching the gun, manipulating the gun. She didn't even shoot for like the first 30 minutes. She was just manipulating the gun, getting her comfortable with manipulating the gun. After her 5th lesson, she was like, oh yeah, this is no problem. Like, this is great. Okay. I have no problem doing this because we walked her through it slow. She went at her pace and she was able to get comfortable with the gun. The biggest issue that women have is that they don't understand, like, the media has made guns like these 320s. I shouldn't say that. I had 6. Oh my God. But
we cut that out.
I love you, 6 Hour. I still do. My heart. But once they realize that they're in control, and that's one thing I always make sure they understand. Did this gun do anything you didn't expect it to do? And they go, no. I go, well, that's it. The gun works for you.
Yeah.
And so once they get that, then it's like smooth sailing.
Okay.
Fair.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I mean, I've experienced, like, being in class and a husband and wife are in there and he's just like, do it, and like pushy on it, and it's just like that's like I've had to separate. Like, look, I'm gonna put her over here. It's nothing against you, you're her husband, but this is probably not the thing that you can teach her. This is not the thing that you can like nudge her on and rush her through. So like being able to like understand, like, no, forget just going right on the range. I'm gonna take you through the paces first. We're gonna sit back. We're gonna work through it, get you comfortable with touching it first. Like people don't understand that's really important. Like so husbands and boyfriends out there, don't push your woman, right? Don't push her to the point where now she feels like it's not something she wants to do. She loses her interest. It becomes a chore now. And you're not always the best person, I would say, honestly, to teach it. Go find somebody else. Go find a Charneta. You're in the DMV. Find Charneta. Right?
Absolutely. One of the pieces of advice I give when men ask me, how do I get my woman into shooting? I was like, get her to go to the range with you and give her own lane, her own gun, her own ammo. And let her work through it. Because when she's sharing a lane with you, she's like, oh, she wants to shoot. I'm in the way. He's not getting what he wants done. You're getting frustrated because you want to get something done at the range. And now she feels like she's in the way. Versus she has her own lane, her own stuff, that she can work through it. Because typically women, and like all women aren't the same, but typically we're very systematic in the sense that we got to like walk through the steps, and it looks slow to those watching, particularly men, because like just pick it up and shoot it. Versus now she's in the lane and she can go through that process herself. Yeah. And then she's building her own confidence because she's doing it herself. Like it bugs me to no end when I have women that come to me and they go, oh yeah, I've been in the range shooting all the time, but my husband always loads the gun, literally loads the magazine, puts the magazine into the gun, racks the slide, and then lets her shoot. Why? Why not let her walk through the steps? Because he's rushing through
it. Away 90% of the process.
Yeah, exactly. So she's not building any confidence. She's not building confidence in the gun and her abilities to use it. So it's like you're babying them.
Underestimating her and thinking that you're doing something in service of her. Really,
But letting her figure it out, not abandoning her, but showing her how to do it and letting her work through those process. That's ultimately what's going to build that confidence and allow her to either be interested or not. And some women, they're just not going to be interested. I've so many women that come up to me and they go, well, I want to defend myself, but I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to learn how to shoot them in the leg. And I'm like, then you're not ready to carry a gun. You're not ready to carry a gun because it's not about killing someone. It is about stopping the threat. You can't think that shooting somebody in the leg, number one, you're not skilled enough. Number two, that doesn't guarantee anything. There's lots of blood and stuff that goes through a leg. Somebody could die from a shot to the leg. And three, it's just not the right attitude to have because you're trying to stop a threat. If you're sitting here having all the time in the world to think about how you're going to make a leg shot, are you really in danger? Yeah. And so getting them to understand that mindset and making sure they understand it, it's okay. It's okay if you're not ready yet. Right. It's okay if you're not there yet. Because I think that's what we do in the firearms community all the time. It's just like, you get a permit, you need to go buy your gun tomorrow, and you need to start carrying the next day. Yeah. And it's like, it can't be like that for everybody. People have to bring it and come to it at their own realization, their own pace, particularly women.
I love it. I love it. That's great advice. I couldn't have said that that way. Like that is, top tier.
So to your point, I've noticed that a lot. Being a firearms dealer, that you'll have a couple come there and the guy will start picking up the firearm for his partner, and I'll show him, and then she'll say, I don't feel comfortable with this one. It's too big. It doesn't fit right in my hand. And because he's used it or he has familiarity with it, he'll try to pressure her to get that same one. And from in front of the counter, it looks okay, but behind the counter, it's like if you get it for her, she's not going to feel comfortable and it's going to become a paperweight. Yeah. So she has to get her hands on it. She has to feel comfortable actually using it without it being loaded, especially at the counter, right? So, she'll get their hands on it and then you can take it to the range and see how it feels loaded, unloaded, and let her manipulate the firearm at her own pace. But too many times I've seen it, they come in there, they buy a Glock, and the Glock doesn't fit her hand. When she would have very much rather gotten a Sky or something like that.
Ooh. Did you just say Sky?
Oh, man. We might have to play. All right, so we might have to. We might have to send Court into the sun for that one. Sky, didn't they shut down?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying because it had color, it was pink, it was purple.
Oh, God.
That's what I'm saying.
Get this guy.
Do it. Sorry, do it. Go. This your moment. Go. What's the issue with that?
All women do not like pink and blue guns. I know
agree.
way more men with colored guns than I do women.
That's crazy.
Interesting. But what's interesting though is you're exactly exactly right. Men will go in and they'll decide what the woman should carry. This is going to be your gun. And that doesn't work. It really doesn't work, particularly because we usually push her towards the little tiny pocket rocket that she's gonna hate shooting. This is why I love exposing my ladies in my chapters to all types of guns. And I make them shoot all kinds of things. I shouldn't say make them shoot. I offer them the opportunity to shoot all kinds of things, and I highly encourage them to. And they start realizing these small little snappy guns that are so cute to conceal are horrible to shoot.
Yeah.
You hate shooting it, therefore you won't practice with it, you won't be proficient, and you won't be able to save your life when it comes time to it, if you ever, God forbid, have to do it.
Agreed.
So it's important for her to find the firearm that works for her, and she needs to do that through trial and error. Take her to the range, let her try different types of guns. Let her come to a girl in the gun event with me. She'll be shooting all kinds of stuff. Like I said, guys all the time, they're like, oh my God, my wife told me about how much money I spent on guns. So it's like, you let her hang out with me, and you're going to be mad she's spending your money and her money on guns. Because I'm going to show her all the bougie crap, and and your pocket's going to be thinner.
Yeah, right there.
But you'll be able to buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
I might need to rethink this.
You might just have to buy two.
Drive by and taste over.
And you don't have to sneak it in.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay. This is the theme of the show is situational awareness, self-defense, and things of that nature. I'm curious what, if anything, is unique to women's self-defense that we would not be thinking about. Just for a quick example, when we were in college, we would see girls coming back from parties and like have their keys in between their fingers, like Wolverine. I'm like, this is wild, but I'm curious as to what makes you think you need to do this. What did you think you were going to do? Things like covering your drinks when you leave at the bar. Like, can you get into some of those like things that we as men do not think about at all?
Absolutely. Women are the fair sex, and we are, quite honestly, prey for a very male-dominated society. I mean, the ratio of men to women is definitely evening out as the years go by, but women are constantly under attack. You see it in the news, you see it in the media. Even if we don't physically are under attack, society lets us think we are.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing we want to be is the victim. And because it's so traumatizing, it's so devastating, and you guys don't have as many threats. Like somebody might try to rob you. I mean, but how many people are trying to get your booty? Right? Right. You would hope.
I would hope not.
But for women, that's a real threat. Be an attractive woman, and you don't even have to be attractive these days. There are so many men that are out here power tripping and just want to dominate somebody because maybe their wife dominates them at home, so they want to go out in the streets and dominate somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just a constant attack. I mean, even date rape is up. I mean, there's just so many threats to women that we have no choice but to be on the defense.
Fair. I remember the first time someone told me that they texted their friend their location before a date, and the first thing was like, again, checking myself, was like, am I that big of a creep? But then it was like, nah, I gotta understand, like she don't know me, right? Right. She don't know me. She ain't never seen me before. She was want to be safe. Yeah. And it's those things that we as men just, again, do not think about at all, let alone think to teach. So
I got to piggyback on that, man. Years ago, when I was still on the dating scene, right? I met this girl at a club or bar, whatever it was, and she didn't tell me her friends were gonna be there. It was like 5 or 6 of them. I was like, yo, what is this? Right? But in retrospect, thinking about it, it's like, oh, this was a safety precaution because you don't know me.
Yeah, I've heard of that happening as well. Like, I got a friend sitting in a restaurant as well, or even going back to the number thing. Like my ex, like she would do that. Like she would give the number, and like I got mad initially. I'm just like, why? Well, give them my number. Well, they're going to dial it right there in front of me. And when my phone doesn't ring, and I had to sit here and go, this is really what you guys go through? Like, and this is like pre-instructor me. I'm like, seriously? Like, you have to do this? Yeah, or he might literally attack me at that moment. It's insane, the things that you guys have to think about outside of just a regular, I don't even say regular because us, like what we don't have to think about.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just walking around worried about like somebody trying to rob me or one for my daughter, like, potentially trying to take my kid from me. You guys have so many possible threats on a daily basis. It's insane.
So I got one for you based off of that made me think of something just now. If you could categorize, let's say your top 3 like, what are your top 3 sketchy hot spots that women usually have to have considerations for? For example, right? Like whenever I'm going to the mall with my wife, right? She'll want to park closest to the door. I'll just park wherever. I'll park far in the back, far in front, wherever there's a spot. I don't care. But there's a consideration there as far as, well, I want to be in a populated, well-lit area, whereas I'm not so much worried about that. Or parking next to a van with the sliding door. You know, I'm not really having considerations like that about that, but, you know, my lady is. So are there any places that you would say are like, these are the top things that women usually should look for as far as like being conditionally
extra vigilant?
Yeah,
absolutely. Parking lots are absolutely one. Parking garages, gas stations.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, lots of people are being, men and women are being victimized at gas stations. And then restrooms, like in malls. Have you ever noticed when you go to the restroom in the mall, it's down that long hall, and the women's room is at the very end? It's usually by an exit door.
Yeah.
interesting.
So I know they do it because they don't want men walking past the women's room being creeps. But now you put women all the way at the end, and now somebody could easily be hiding in a restroom.
Yeah.
Or
flee,
or
just
grab them,
snatch the
and
premises.
snatch a woman out of the restroom. So those are definitely some big transitional spaces are the biggest one because that's usually where our defenses are down. Like you actually pull into your garage and you're fumbling with your keys, you're getting stuff out of the car, you're not paying attention, and that's when somebody gets you.
Yeah.
So that's definitely big areas that we have to watch out for.
Just for our viewers, what's a transitional space?
Transitional space is anytime when you're moving from point A to point B, like from your car to your house, your car to wherever you're going. Pumping gas, getting back in your car, getting out your car to pump the gas. So anytime you're moving from one space of kind of safety to another space of safety.
And so maneuvering through these spaces, like we established earlier, there are some women who are like, no, I'm not going to carry a firearm. It's not my thing. People in general, but definitely women who are like, no. But I've had that. I've had women say, they want to, they're thinking about it, but they're just not comfortable. They may not ever do it, but they're like, hey, I'm still pro self-defense. I still need or want something to be able to defend myself. So what is out there and available that, women can go to, whether it's tools, whether it's types of classes where they can go, hey, I'm not going to carry a firearm, but I'm ready to rock and roll if somebody runs down on me.
One of the things I carry every day, a tactical pen. So this is something that's pretty much you can take anywhere you go. I've taken this on planes or anything like that. It's a tactical
brand is
pen.
that?
And I do not remember the brand. Give me Schrader. But it's a real pen, but it has a pointy, not so pointy, but like a dull blunted end.
Okay.
And you could take training classes to learn how to use this effectively. Now, this isn't the most effective tool because you have to be really close to do that, and the same thing with a knife. So the other thing I carry, always got to have a knife.
Ooh.
So this is a Crate tactical knife that actually won.
Nice.
Yeah. So this you can't take everywhere, but this you could take anywhere you want. I'm not the biggest pepper spray fan. I have pepper spray. I don't carry it though. I feel like I'm going to pepper spray myself because you do need training for pepper spray.
Yeah, you do.
People don't understand
You
that.
down when
You do.
there's a pepper spray?
So I've taken it,
terrible.
but it's just not
Bad
something
day.
I'm used to. And there's all kinds of things where you can have like chopsticks in your hair
I've seen that.
are like the same thing,
Yeah.
like a tactical pen. So there's absolutely options that you can have, or just learn how to use these paws. Like
Yeah,
that's what I want to
let 'em
focus
hands.
on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like learning how to use your body weight in order to be able to kind of defeat a man coming at you and doing things. So there's lots of other options.
Yeah.
A firearm will probably be the most effective thing, but one of the myths that women are constantly told is like, oh, he's going to take that gun from you and shoot you with your own gun. That could happen to a man too.
It can. And a lot of these men out
Yeah.
here are not
Like,
training.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's be clear. It can happen to you. All right. But can we get like spicy a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. So 2A community. We as a collective are the fastest growing demographic in the 2A community, and you specifically are the fastest growing demographic. But what pisses you off about this community? Come on.
I'm going to say it. It's women's only classes being held by men.
Wow.
There you go.
So y'all out there showing up with your gray sweatpants on, doing your little thirst trap advertisements,
Who does that?
trying to get women to come to their women's only classes. Number one, you violate the first premise by being a man teaching a women's only class. The only caveat to that is if you're going to teach women's only classes, then what's the unique value you're going to bring to the women's only conversation?
Yes.
Do the homework. If you're going to teach a wear and carry class and it's just women, you better come in there knowing how women carry.
Yeah.
Be able to give them options, point them to brands that will support their needs for different types of holsters.
Yeah.
Because nothing pisses me off more than hearing from a woman who's like, well, they just told me I have to wear the rest of my life in belted. I have to spend the rest of my life in belted pants. That's what happened to me when I first started carrying. It was just like, you just have to wear belted pants. You just have to change the way you dress. Just change the way you do. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. No.
If I'm wearing belted pants, something's gone wrong and you should call somebody. I hate belted pants. If you see me, it's like I had to for some reason. But to be able to help women in unique ways, if you're going to create a women's only space, then you got to do the homework to give them the value of being in a women's only space. Now, if you have some unique skill that that nobody else can learn, why does it still have to be women's only? Like,
Right.
I just question the motivation.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I feel like it's a money grab. If you're an attractive man and you're filling your class with a bunch of single women,
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's generous. That's a generous money grab. Is out here fishing.
and then to be the creep that's all up on her when she's trying to learn how to shoot.
That's
like,
that's the worst thing. That is.
yeah,
that
it's
is.
disgusting.
All behind her, like, yeah, you hold it like this. No,
Yeah, I
man,
saw
come on.
one instructor with a woman at the range, and he was so up on her. I was like, my God, it's like public sex. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
There is no need for all this touching.
Well, a lot of instructors use that classes to, fulfill their other needs outside of monetary, and it's weird. Stop that, right? Granted,
Stop being creeps.
yeah.
Stop being creepy.
Granted, I'll be honest. Some of her jokes were at me, but because I've hosted women's self-defense classes, but I've done what she
And brought
actually says,
nothing.
right? So I've actually have incorporated though the different ways to carry. So like I've showcased the different women, who are on social media showing different ways, and you're one of the women I showcase to carry differently. So like what she said is true. Like don't just be out there and go, hey, carrying belt loops or whatever the case may be. Like no, show them the other ways, the other options out there. But if you're going to do it, like do it the right way. But stop being creeps. Like when I'm in class, I literally ask for permission to touch. And then I do it for that purpose, but also I ask them into just because I just never know. But in
Always
general,
ask for
like I literally
consent.
say, we're getting hands on. Hey, their stance is wrong. Permission to touch you, and like I'll correct them, and then I'll ask again. Hey, I'm going to come and I'm going to touch you. Is that cool? And I even do it on the live range because you never know how you make somebody feel. And I've had like female students come back and be like, hey, thank you for even asking. Like shout out to that. And I don't want to look weird. I don't want to be, I took the wrong angle when somebody else is sitting in the class. Like, he is all up on her, his creeps. Like, nah, I don't want that. So I say out loud, hey, permission to touch you, and then I'll do it to the dude too. Hey, you mind if I touch you, bro? And like correct it, yeah. So stop being
Consent
weird.
is sexy. Remember that. Consent is sexy.
Consent is sexy, even in the gun world.
Absolutely. But even if you do ask consent, like don't abuse it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Like,
like,
you said I
I'm
can
sure
touch you now,
they
huh?
ask, right? And then
Right.
it's just like,
And it goes wild
why?
laugh.
Just like the guy that's always showing the woman how to shoot a pool. How to shoot pool. Yeah. That's
It's this thing called respect, and weirdly enough, women like when you respect them too. Like that's the thing. So by not being the weird touchy guy, if you have other ulterior motives, you might win better that way if you just be the nice guy. Hey, try that out.
Shop somewhere else, man.
Yeah,
not
your class. Not
It's
your
not your class. They're your student. Think of yourself as a doctor and patient kind of situation.
Yeah, it's very predatory.
Exactly. It's super predatory. It's creepy, and you just need to cut it out. If you're out there doing it, you heard it here.
You stop it now.
Oh, I gotta ask. This is bugging me. What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
Oh, better yet, what's in the bag and on the bag?
The bag. So this is one of our girl in a gun pouches. It's uniquely designed because it shows you which way the muzzle of your gun is pointing. So that way you know when you're at the range, you can make sure the gun's oriented in a different way. So I brought my tricked out EDC in here, and then of course I have my another EDC on because you always got to have at least one gun on you.
And what we like to do is, because we say this pod's for beginners, I like to assume that they didn't see the first 3 episodes. So if you're a newbie out there, she just said a 3-letter word, phrase, whatever. EDC. What does EDC mean?
Everyday carry.
There
So
we
it
go.
doesn't just mean your gun. It should mean what you carry on your person every single day. And for women, that can vary a lot, depending on our outfit, what we're carrying for the day, or whatever. So for me, I don't typically do a lot of customization to guns, but for this one, I did do that. So it's a P365, and I have a chamber flag in here to show you that it's clear. And I will drop the magazine, just so you know. So my magazine release. And
Magazine, not a clip. Magazine.
Magazine, that's right. Magazine. So this is a 6-hour P365. So I bought the very original one when it first came out. Funny story. It was so cute, so compact. I was like, yes, this is going to be perfect to carry because it's so small. I took it to the range and I take my first shot, and there's no holes on the paper. And I'm like, I take my second shot. No holes on the paper. What is going on? Lewis, shoot this gun. He shoots it. Same thing. We're like, there's something wrong with the gun. And we're like, no, all right, really practice the fundamentals, like really hone in. It's because it was just so snappy. It is just so hard to shoot. So, of course, what did I do? It sat, right?
Yeah.
So I decided later on, Radian Weapons came out with their Afterburner and Ramjet. So that's what you see on the front of this gun right here. So this is a compensator, an internal compensator. So you basically, and this anybody can do this at home. It's so easy to do. You take out your barrel, and then you put in their barrel and this part. And the compensator, the gases, instead of going out the front of the gun, come out through the top. And that helps minimize felt recoil. So instead of the gun doing this, it does a little less of that, and you can get back on shots faster. So it's a really cool feature. So was happy when they came out with that a couple years ago. So that was my first upgrade. Then if you know anything about guns in the sense of what feels better, for me, I've always gravitated more to metal frame guns because they're heavier, you get more heft to it, and that also helps to manage recoil. So this is the ECM R11 grip module. So it's aluminum frame grip module. So that also gives you a nice 2011 style grip angle. So it's a different kind of grip angle. If you're familiar with different types of guns, 2011 is like a nice, a new modern take on the 1911, which is another style of gun. And so I got that module on there, and it's this cool desert unique camo color. So that was pretty cool. And it also has these thumb rests, if you can see. It might be hard to see. They stick out on the side. So that way your thumb has a place to go when you're actually gripping the gun. So it makes for a nice way to kind of help manage recoil. And then red dots are life. So had to have the red dot, which is the Holosun 407K. So that is my everyday carry. The only challenge when you trick out guns is that you kind of lose your holster capabilities. So you got to be mindful of that, especially for women when we carry so many different ways. So before I was carrying this, I could carry it in a purse, I can carry it on my person, I can carry it in all different types of bags, and I can carry it all different ways on my body. With this new frame, it's a little challenging. So it's like, I have to kind of think of differently. Oh, I'm sorry. Also upgraded the trigger is the Ram Tactical trigger, which is a nice, crisp, flat face trigger. So it has a great recoil. So that's how I was able to upgrade the 6-hour P365 into something that's way more shootable.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
I might need to get that.
Yeah, right.
My
Right.
65X literally is a paperweight at home because of that reason. I might need to get those upgrades.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we can hook you up. They're partners, so we get discount codes. I'm sure it's probably Sensei 10. Everything's Sensei 10.
Everything is Sensei 10. I'd be like, you know about this company? Yeah, I got that. Just use code Sensei 10 when you check out. Like, Jesus, man. All right.
Okay. So you showed us what's in the bag, but what's on? Can you get it to A Girl and a Gun? What's the organization?
Sure. So Girl in the Gun is a national organization where we have chapters all across the country. And it's basically, it started as a women's shooting league, but it's so much more, where we get together. We have monthly events. Girls' Night Out, Breakfast and Bullets, tea time, special clinics. And it's basically a community where we're really enjoying and spending time together and helping women get through things. We have a pistol marksmanship program that they can sign up for. We have all kinds of national events. There's a national conference that happens every year in the April, May timeframe, where ladies come and they get 6 different training classes in all kinds of things. It can be rifle, shotgun, pistol, bushcraft, shooting clays, 3-gun competitions, all kinds of stuff. Training in legal aspects of the self-defense. Pretty much anything you could think of, you can take a class in it. And it's $650 for the year. a great investment for anybody who actually knows anything about training. There's also things that we can do from a national level that guys are envious of.
Oh, I'm already jealous.
The national organization.
I'm already jealous.
So we have Drift Academy, where we go to the Virginia International Raceway and actually shoot in and around cars, and then learn how to drive cars defensively on a racetrack.
Man.
Super cool. We have a sniper school, which was so fun. You actually learn how to shoot past a mile in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, and then you actually build your own ghillie suit and hide in the woods and see if the snipers can find you.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. So it's like a week in Colorado. So it's pretty awesome.
I would want that.
Yep. But it's all women's only. So that's the awesome thing about it. So locally, we do things, like I said, Girls Night Out, Breakfast of Bullets, or the activities I host. But this year, I'm really focusing on building my 2 chapters of my ladies. So lots of time when we go to range and we're just shooting paper targets and that's all we're doing. And we're not seeing improvements, or at least we're not seeing measurable improvements. So I want the ladies to focus on building a training plan. What are your goals? Let's think about, what do you want to achieve? For some ladies, it's just, I want to get comfortable with manipulating a gun. Some women, I want to get to a point where I can carry and I feel confident carrying. Some women want to get into competition shooting, because that's the other thing we do, lots of competition shooting. And so just being able to identify that, and then I'm going to help them build a training plan around it. And so I'm introducing them all into shotgun and rifle this year. So we're getting into different platforms. We're going to be at the end of the month, we're going to a big steel competition. So I have like 7 ladies that are signed up for that.
That's in Maryland?
Yes, at the Associated Gun Clubs of Baltimore.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be hosting my own shooting competition. It'll be all ladies.
And that's in
So we're going to do that. Yep.
Okay.
And then the all ladies competition will probably be at Precision Point Frederick. Shout out to my partners there. And so just want to get them exposure to all kinds of things. So women are coming in at all different skill levels, a lot of them novices, but even the more advanced experienced shooters, giving them a home and a place to be able to do some fun things. Every year, the national organization has what's called Fall Fest, where we have a whole all ladies 3-gun competition. And it's pretty awesome. So 3-gun, if you're not tracking, is you shoot pistol, rifle, and shotgun in a variety of different ways at the same time. So you're basically, you pick up your pistol and you're shooting, and then you drop your pistol and you pick up your rifle and you're shooting, and you drop your rifle and you pick up your shotgun. So much fun. Lots of skills are being developed. So those are just some of the main things. But the biggest thing is that it's a community. So it's all ladies that are coming together at least twice a month and just having a good time learning and growing in the firearm space. And we're not just doing firearms too. We're going to do like Stop the Bleed and pepper spray and knife work and all kinds of stuff. So we really want to just kind of balance out the whole self-defense thing.
This sounds awesome.
It does.
I'm actually now, I need to research if there's an organization that I can join that's at least even remotely similar.
Okay.
Like talking about a $650 for 6 trainings.
That's a
That's a crazy steal.
That's a value.
But it's a lot of things that are incorporated into that. Like, it gives you opportunity to do different things that you never would have done.
Absolutely.
Besides, just paper shooting being stagnant, the sniper course for people that just want to get out in the wilderness and
I've
just
been
do
looking
something
for
different.
an excuse to build a long range rifle.
Yeah, exactly. So
It is pretty cool. So I've been talking to Robin Sandoval, who is the owner and CEO of Girl in the Gun, and talking about like, hey, can we do some co-ed opportunities? Because some ladies really do like to shoot with their husbands. It's something or their significant other, something they do together. But we also like the aspect of it being girls only. So if you don't have a significant other in your life, then you don't feel like you're intruding on some couples retreat. So there might be some opportunities in the future, but really excited to be able to provide a safe space for women to just come and learn and grow together. And that's what I'm building with my local chapters and what we focus on from a national perspective. So I have a Baltimore chapter that typically meets at Gundry in Maryland, and then I have the Frederick chapter, which I just started in July, which meets at Precision Point Frederick. So great opportunities to just come out. And if you have ladies in your lives, gentlemen that are watching, you encourage them to come to one of these events. That might be the door that they need open to feel confident in taking on something like firearms, especially if you want them to be able to defend themselves.
Absolutely.
So before you jump in, Dre, is there an age? What's the age range for them to come? Is there an age to sign up? Like if they're, let's say, under 21 or right at that cuffs?
It's really about when you feel they're mature enough to be able to handle it. So anybody under the age of 18 has to be accompanied by a guardian or a parent at the actual event. So that's kind of a give or take. I don't have any younger ladies in my chapters. Everybody's like 20 and over, but it's absolutely open to whatever age you feel that that young lady can be responsible.
So if there's a dad with a teenage daughter, like he can bring her, he can stay outside the event, right? But he can bring her, hang out, and she can partake.
Right. Well, he's got to stay like close to her.
So close to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he has to be. Yeah.
Okay.
So he has to be like with her.
So for our viewers, any women out there that are watching this, let's say I want to take control of my self-defense and safety, right? But I'm feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot of different things that I can jump into in this world, and I don't know exactly where to start. If I were to take this apart as a woman in a tiered kind of response, what would be the first thing you say to do, like jump into training-wise?
I would say come to like an event like a girls' night out. Like it's like low risk, especially my chapters. Like I have ladies that come in all the time that have never shot a gun before, and they take their first shots with me, which is so exciting. Love teaching women. They're so much easier than men.
Yeah. Yeah, we're difficult.
Because they listen. But that's a low threat environment. There's so many other women that are so encouraging. Like when they first hear, like, I've never shot before, all the ladies like, yay, I'm so glad you're here. And it's such a welcoming environment. They immediately feel the love. So I think that's definitely an opportunity. For some, I offer private lessons. So some people, they just want to reach out and they just want to sit with one-on-one and just kind of work through taking their first shots.
Yeah.
The HQL class that Maryland does that requires, it's a really great, if you take the right one, like ours, it's with Honeybear Tactical, it's like a great intro to kind of understand the mechanics behind guns. Because sometimes that's the scary part, is this thing in front of me that can kill someone.
Yeah.
How does it work? How do I make it work? Being able to have understanding behind that and understand what the ammo means and what all the terminology is and stuff like that. Those are, I think, are great first steps.
Awesome.
To take.
Nice.
Yeah, we need something, man. I know this is like a male-dominated already industry, but every time I call her, where are you at? I'm in Colorado somewhere. We're in the mountain shooting distance. Like,
cool shit.
Hey, it was drifting and shooting and stuff. I'm like, but it's all good. Like, y'all deserve that. But, I mean, with that being said, like, how is the 2A community supporting you all, right? Not just Girl in the Gun, just women in general. Like being in it for how many years again now at this point?
I've been shooting over 10 years.
Like how have you seen it shift towards you all, if at all, right? Are companies in support of you all? Are they providing different resources? And, I know Walther was one, like, for example, that kind of came out like the F series, which you hadn't involved? Anyway, but yeah, I'll let you speak to that. Like, how are we supporting you guys?
Yeah, I think the industry has definitely done a lot better job in the last 10 years in trying to work for the women part of the industry. A little bit predatorial with like trying to make things pink, and it's something I'll be talking about at SHOT Show, which is a huge industry-focused, firearms industry-focused event in Las Vegas. I'm actually doing a presentation on talking about women and the demographic and how we need to think differently about women in this space. But I think the industry has definitely done a lot more, but they can do more because I think women are kind of the forgotten demographic in this space, but also the fastest growing demographic right now. So there's a lots of opportunity to kind of get this right. Walther did a really great job with the F series, so much to the point that their initial marketing was all focused on like women, and made the men mad because they're like, I like this gun too. I
almost bought one.
F-series,
I almost bought the
I don't want to buy the girl gun because everyone's going to make fun of me. So marketing Walther was like, okay, we'll back it off. And it's like, for people with small hands. Because that's really what it's all about. Because sometimes when you build for women, you also support other parts of the community too. Like, I think there's a huge missing space for men who are trying to get into firearms because men assume, you're a man, you must know about guns.
Yeah.
And so like, if you're not, and maybe you're a little timid about it, you need a space too. And so we've talked about a guy and a gun and the possibility of doing something like that. But to be clear, you can, as a man, join a girl in the gun. You just can't go to the girls on the
cool
gun.
shit.
Yeah. But you can get the vendor discounts.
Okay.
See, I feel like y'all didn't tell me that part. Where can I send my membership
I want to go
tonight?
to the events.
No, definitely. I want to shoot out a drifting car. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't get to do that.
I want to build a ghillie suit. Keep it.
Nope.
So
we can do this shit ourselves.
Yeah, build our own ghillie suit.
Yeah, build our own damn ghillie suit.
And let's find them.
so that cocky chick. Talk to me about that.
Oh my gosh, so that's like my new initiative. So I get a lot of women that come up to me and they're just like, oh my gosh, you're so confident. You present so well. Like, how do you do it? What do you do? And I just feel like there's so much that women can do in this space. So I feel like if women are cocky, we'll be just the right amount of confident. So for the longest time, I've always been very envious of men. Like, you guys just walk in the world. It's just like, I saw a video of a guy doing this thing, watching a video of another guy doing this thing, and I know I can do it. I'm an expert now. Whereas women were like, oh my gosh, I have a degree in mechanical engineering and I still feel like I can't build this thing. Whereas, like, if we just kind of adopt that and we engineer it and we work on it, we can build that level of confidence for ourselves. And, like, it's going to feel like we're cocky because we're overconfident. But that's really the right kind of confidence. So that's why I'm just built this platform. It's called That Cocky Chick. Right now, it's just a platform, but it's going to grow into so much more because I really want to be able to inspire women to believe in themselves and to step out and to do the things that they are afraid to do. And because they're capable.
Right.
Like, you don't need anybody to give you permission. Like, men, you're just used to putting your hand up. I can do it. Just give me the ball. I'm going to run. And women's like, well, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me I'm okay and I could do it and waiting for them to give me the ball. And we just got to stop being like that. We need to take the ball and run.
That's fair.
Love it.
That's
Love
fair.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's you probably already saw it come across the screen at this point, right? So please go follow, go check it out, right? And when it comes to building that confidence for women, right? I get a lot of students that come to class and they're like, I try to go like on social media and Instagram and YouTube and do research, and they'll bring me videos of the most heinous things that I've ever seen. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
And no, I don't do that. So like social media, like what should women be looking out for? And fellas, this could be some of you too, right? Where it's like, don't pay attention to that. This is not real. This is a myth or whatever the case may be. Just any of the things that you see out there that social media could be using to kind of deter women or just give them the wrong idea of like what self-defense is.
Yeah, it's hard too because a lot of it is people that really are entertainers and they don't understand the damage that they're doing because people are watching what they're doing and thinking that it's what they should do. So I get frustrated when I see like a lot of people carrying in ways that are just not safe. So I encourage my ladies, just like, if you see something, think about it. Did you see them actually draw the gun from the concealment position they had?
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't, then there's probably more than likely because they couldn't get to that gun fast. So they're not going to show you the draw stroke. Did you see their target? Did it look like they made the hits that they said they were going to make? And then if it's like you're watching YouTube and you're like trying to learn how to clean your gun, or like watch a bunch of videos, and then the kind of the common themes across all of them is probably the right answer.
Yeah.
Versus watch one video and think that's it. It's like, so you just got to just branch out and make sure that you're getting information from all different types of sources. And then, of course, like, talk to your gun person. Like, for me, I am that lady's gun person. So she calls me and emails me all kinds of questions. Whoever gave you your training, I would hope that they would be that resource for that kind of education. Unfortunately, everybody's not like that. But seek out a person that you feel is knowledgeable, somebody you can trust. And then if they're a good person, they're going to give you their perspective, and then they're going to give you some other resources to gather your own perspective. And that's what's really important. It's like, you've got to do your own homework. Just like with anything in life, you got to advocate for yourself. And firearms is no different. Like, you just can't take one source. You got to just do the research and do the homework.
Can I actually, and this is another spicy question. I have no problem with the thirst trap gun lady. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on representation in the space.
This was a conversation in another chat earlier today too. That is hilarious that you brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are beautiful women who actually know guns. So I want to say shout out to them, love them so much. I was just watching some of them earlier today.
You want to drop some names?
Chris Chansey, like, she runs the range of 702 in Las Vegas. You'll see her. She thirst traps the hell out of it because she knows it works, it sells, but she knows her stuff.
What's the name again?
I'm glad you said that.
Chris Chansey.
Chris Chansey, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I watch their videos and I have always wondered, like, Yeah, but
she's legit.
Okay, shout out to you. Now I know.
Legit. Right. So women like her who are just naturally beautiful and have beautiful bodies, there's nothing wrong with it. But when it's solely I'm out here, I don't know what I'm doing, that hurts us a bit. And I don't want to be the woman that's bashing on the women because I'm like, hey, do you? I'm rooting for everybody female. But we've got to be cautious of that because we as women looking at other women and wanting to emulate their behaviors may put us in a situation where we're going to get shot like a dog in the street because we're trying to do something that's not necessarily the right thing to do. So you got to kind of take it for what it is. Sometimes it's just entertainment. And you got to accept it for that. But hey, I'm all about beautiful women. Like I watched Chris's video too. Like, hey, girl, you cute. That is one beautiful white woman.
Yoki, keep them thumbnails up, baby. Don't stop.
Yeah, Yoki's another one. She is
girl.
such a sweetheart. And you've seen, if you watch her videos from the beginning, you've seen her progress in her knowledge of firearms and being more safe and being very diligent in making sure that she's presenting the right image. So shout out to Yoki too. Love her work and love what she's doing too. There's some ones I won't call out that are literally just creating entertainment, and they're, people send me this video all the time, but what do you think about this? Like, did you see her draw that gun? No, you didn't, because she can't get to that gun. It's well concealed, but you're not getting it out.
The gun is in an ankle boot.
Right, and you're not getting it out in a fashion that's going to be in a self-defense way. So I think there's room and space for that, especially for women who are trying to make some money. I mean, hey, y'all are falling for it. You're watching her videos, you're buying her stuff. Hey, I'm not going to hate on that.
Fair.
But it's just like, but there are some women that are actually thirst trapping, but they're knowledgeable, and I really respect the hell out of them.
Gotcha. What where do you want to see it go? Like this space, right? When it comes to women in 2A, like what are, whether it's your own personal goals or just the overall space, or what companies can do to better support? Like where do you see this thing going?
I would really love to see more products being created in a way that's not just like, oh, here's a little woman, here's your little pink revolver that you can go shoot, but really asking for the unique perspectives that women can provide and really designing equipment and gear and firearms for people that are like women. Like, it doesn't have to be designed for a woman, but get that woman perspective in whatever you're building and being able to help provide something that's going to be worthwhile for her and for men. Like, I don't think you designing for women is a bad thing in the sense of now you only design for this market, because typically when you do that, you're going to be able to appeal to another part of the market as well. And so being able to get that real perspective from women on what's going on in the space is cool. So I go back and forth with this a lot because, like, men need their space too. Like, women have their space, men need their space too. How do you kind of balance that in a sense of everything doesn't have to be men and women, men and women, men and women, but it shouldn't be exclusive either. So it's like, how do you build a space in a community that allows for everybody? I think one of the things that pisses me off the most is being underestimated. Okay. Like, having the experiences I have and then going into spaces and people, like, we'll go to a range day and people hand Lewis a gun and then they just look at me like, okay, step back so he can shoot. And I'm like, oh, I'm shooting next. Yeah. What is your problem? So being able to have it so it's not just assumed I'm just with him for all women would be great. Like, to just be like, hey. And everybody's not like that either. There's been plenty of spaces I've gone to. They're just like, hey, you want to shoot? Hell yeah, I want to shoot. Like, where they welcome me being there because they want to see more women in the space. So there's a lot more of that happening. So I'm excited to see that, and I want to see more of that. Let's encourage more people in the space. Black, white, red, green, male, female, who cares? If we can normalize gun ownership, then that's the win.
Right.
I think just a respect thing, honestly. Like, some people just respect the overall community versus, you go to some place and they only see the male domination part of it. They don't take into account that you may be the instructor and you have a male client and they think that he's the instructor. And I think it's just overall, it just should be a respect thing. Like, hey, are you together? Are you guys shooting together, or who's shooting versus just
writing her
off? And I see that too many times in a lot of spaces, and I'm really there with them, and they're not there with me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you gonna talk to her and like,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
They'll feel that way until Shar tears the middle out the X. Yo, she can shoot. Like don't get it twisted. Like there's sayings out there like just ones that can't teach or something like that. No, she teaches and can shoot. I've come behind her in a few matches. She does this. All right, so don't get it twisted. Right, I might insert match footage right here. She give me some. She don't play with her. Okay.
So I'm curious, like we're talking about this whole piece of, respect and people usually men being presumptuous when it comes to women. I'm curious because this has happened to me in other gun stores. I know you and Lou are well known around these parts, but have you ever gone into a gun store and you just thought to yourself, I know more than you?
It's so funny because just sitting here thinking when I try to engage men in conversations about guns, because they're like before I retired, people would find out I'm in the guns, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I like guns too." Like, "Oh okay, what kind of gun do you have?" I have a 9mm. That told me all I need to know. This could be a different whole conversation, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind? 9mm. Okay, gotcha. So, yeah. It's
you have a great day now.
to have that, right? So nice to meet you. But yeah, I decided I'm not going to let that get frustrated me anymore. Now I'm just like, and I told a lot of ladies this, it's like, it's great when they underestimate us. Especially like at a competition where they're just like, oh, little lady. Like our first time shooting at this one range, the safety brief was going on and like he was talking directly to me. Like I was the only person in the room that needed to hear the safety brief.
Wow.
And Lewis was like, just act like you know nothing. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah. Like I'm going to burn this thing down.
Right. But it's just so funny to see that. I had a situation where I was at a match and nobody was talking to me. Like none of the guys were talking to me. Like people were just kind of acting like I wasn't even there. And then after the first couple of stages, they were kind of like, hey, what are you shooting? Like, hey. And it's like, they were like, oh, okay. Now it's like I earned some level of respect because they realized I wasn't just there to slow everything down. Like, no, I'm actually here to be a real competitor.
Right.
So that's great. Like the men that are doing that, I love it. Keep doing that. We really appreciate that. But being able to just not assume, like have a conversation, see what her level of experience is before you start mansplaining. Oh, my other big pet peeve, stop going up to women at the range and offering assistance.
I was going to ask about that. That's kind of like at the gym, like a woman's lifting and they be like, nah, you're doing it the wrong way. She's a whole like certified trainer. Like, yeah, no. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I've had so many stories of women going to the range and they got their own little program. They're working on something specific. And then they have some guy come steal their range time, explaining what they need to work on or what they're doing wrong. And it's just like, get away from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like now you're encroaching on my time that I paid for instead of letting me do what I'm doing. So it's just like, don't assume, ask questions.
Right.
And if she wants help, then she'll be open to it. If not,
keep it
go
pushing.
on about your business.
1,000%.
And half the time that guy's probably wrong. He just was trying to be a creep
Yeah.
and just get in the space.
Right. I don't know how many times I've been to the range and I've seen the couple that's there and he's just like, showing her how to shoot. And like, oh my God, I can't watch.
Insanity. So it's January. You are headed to SHOT Show in a few weeks.
Yes.
You have a speaking engagement there, which is going to be amazing. What else you got going on in this first quarter of 2026?
Oh, lots of Girl in the Gun events. I just posted all the events for the Baltimore chapter. I'm posting events for the Frederick chapter. About to get a membership at the Associated Gun Clubs of Baltimore, so Girl in the Gun will be official there. Hopefully that goes through. So we'll be now going into the outdoor space. So there's lots of women who are afraid of lead exposure, and so shooting in the outdoor space is absolutely a little bit more of interest for them. So being able to have that opportunity. And then also getting into more long guns. I mean, there's nothing fun about shooting long guns at 25 yards in an indoor range.
Yeah.
But to be able to shoot to 200 yards. Now we're talking.
Now you're cooking. Now you're cooking. Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Or shotguns, like shooting sporting clays, trap, all kinds of shotgun sports, and being able to shoot bird shot and buckshot and not just slugs. So being able to introduce long guns will be a really exciting opportunity for
Okay.
And then also expanding that cocky chick, so I really want to get into it. I want it to be a platform that's not about firearms. It's about confidence. So that can be applied in everything that you do, ladies. So you'll see there's be like a firearms track, because I feel like there is like a lot of things that we learn from a tactical perspective that apply to the boardroom, to your nonprofit organization to anything you're doing in life, there's skill sets that kind of translate. So I want to bring those to bear and allow women to kind of experience them. So there's be like a non-firearm track and a firearm track. So you can build confidence through firearms, which is where I developed a lot of confidence in being able to manage this, what was a super scary thing at one point, and now to be able to dominate it and to be able to help others learn to use it has been really kind of freeing for me and really been my passion. So it was like when it was time to retire from the government, it was like easy transition for me to now say, all right, now can you do this full time? Yay.
Nice.
Love it. I love it. I love it. All right. And so at this point, I know all the women and the men at this point of watching are interested, right? They want to follow you. So where can the people find you at?
Follow me personally at Gut Punch Barbie on Instagram. You can watch me on our YouTube channel, Honeybear Tactical. Our website is Honeybear Tactical, so if you want to sign up for any training. And then on Facebook, you can search A Girl on a Gun Baltimore or A Girl on a Gun Frederick and find both of my chapters. And agirlonagun.org is the national organization. You can also find my chapters through there. And then, of course, you can always DM me on Gut Punch Barbie and tell me what's going on, and I'll link you up somewhere and wherever you are in your journey. I'm here to help.
Yes, please reach out. Please reach out. She's an awesome resource. This was fun.
Yeah.
I feel educated.
I learned some things.
Yeah, right. We got a Tad
Yeah.
Spicy out there.
I feel
Hopefully
good.
you guys learned something as well.
I need to find somewhere to drift and shoot now.
Yeah, right. You stuck on that.
I am.
I'm stuck on a ghillie suit.
Oh man, well I think I speak for the whole crew where you say we appreciate you coming out, right? On taking this time and talking with us and talking to our audience out there. And the guys, hopefully you all learned something, you took something away from it. And I think the biggest thing is, don't be too scared. There's a resource out there. She is one. Hop out there and get into it. The world, I think we all can all agree, it's not getting any better, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
And so you got to protect yourself. You are your own first responder. Nobody's coming to save you, right? As she led off with, 911 is a reactive thing. So you guys got to jump out there and be responsible for you and your own family. So any last tips that we have for the folks out there, guys?
No, I think we're good, man.
No, I think
Covered a lot.
It covered a lot in the segment, man.
Well, again, Happy New Year to you and yours. As always, this is the Condition Red podcast where awareness is first, tools are second, and mindset is always. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.